fresh off of the win against the New England Patriots, the Tennessee Titan, two-time Pro Bowler, with Pat McAfee here on the Rich Eisen Show. Taylor Lewan. How you been, Taylor?
Are we live, boys?
We are live with Pat McAfee, sir.
Word on the street is you guys were talking about freak athletes. I thought I'd butt in a little bit. Is that okay if I jump in for a second? Hey, Pat, how you doing, bud?
I'm excellent, Taylor. I love everything that has happened to you, from you getting rich to being the leader of the team to Vrabel becoming your coach. You're living a good life, and it's fun to watch, Taylor.
Hey, can I just tell you something for a second? Rich, I apologize. I'm going to switch it over.
Go ahead.
To McAfee for a second.
No,
I got to say, man, one of my buddies DM'd me the other day on Instagram, throws me a little Instagram shot, and it's somebody, I'm not a little spoiler alert, it's you doing the beer pong dance, the little thing.
Yeah.
And I got to say, I scroll through the Instagram, man, I have become a big fan. You got yourself some humor on you, but I don't know what bug that is, but I need it. You got something going on.
Taylor, you got it. I watched you in that NFL Top 100. This is fun. You see this. This is a relationship. I follow him. He follows me on Twitter. It's awesome. Taylor, it has been so much fun watching you on the NFL Top 100 shows. You're hysterical. And I think what you've been doing on the football field and at the Nashville Predators games is awesome, Taylor. I can't wait to buy a Lewan jersey.
You know what? If anything that this show has done, it's bonded a friendship that sounds like there's going to be a little thing on the side that says best right next to it.
Well,
it's coming hot, and it's going to be us.
This has been awesome. I can't wait. I cannot wait to be best friends with you, Taylor. This is really cool.
Well, I'll talk to you guys next week, all right?
All right, thanks, Taylor. Good luck, man. Good luck in Indianapolis, Taylor.
You know, I'm so glad that you two are so tight. Just be careful, Pat, because one day he might turn around, he'll just change his phone number on you and defollow you on Twitter, and you have no way to connect with him.
Yikes, Taylor.
Hold on. I did change my phone number, but I didn't defollow you. I'm a huge Rich Eisen fan.
Excuse me, Taylor Lewan.
Uh-oh.
Yikes.
The number of times I've direct messaged you.
Oh.
No, you're lying.
Fact.
Is it you? Is it you or one of the Chris's that direct messages me? Is that Rich?
No. That's from the show account. I'm talking about me personally. About two Michigan men.
Oh my! You know what? If this is not fake news, if this is the real thing, then let me start with a formal apology, and I'll write you an email. Because that is not the way I do business.
See,
Rich.
I know that.
I do know.
I told you.
As far as I'm concerned, I knew there was a top one, and now McAfee's in this. We got top two favorites, and the two Chris's, I don't want them to be worried. They're top 10 for sure, but we're really just looking at 1 and 2 right now.
Fantastic,
and so
Taylor.
that'll never happen.
Very hard to unfollow somebody.
That's right.
You said it's really hard to unfollow somebody?
That's what he just said. And in an aside, he thought you wouldn't hear it, but he knew you would hear it,
Yeah,
Taylor.
I just kind of want to drop
I'm
it
going to
in.
be honest. I would never do it to Rich. I don't want to speak outside both my mouth, but I have no issue unfollowing somebody. I go through and I filter out quite a bit of people.
You separate the wheat from the chaff, like LeBron, right? As the season goes along, you start tightening the rotation. Is what you do.
Yeah, exactly. I start looking. I don't talk to you anymore. Unfollow, and it's heartless, man. I am absolutely heartless when it comes to the unfollow.
You have to be.
Rich.
That's why I know that about you, Taylor. That's why I was Pat. I was saying before he came on, I'm like, it's got to be.
If a bald-headed reporter from the NFL Network says something you don't like, you unfollow his ass, Taylor.
Yeah, I'm not a blocker. I'll be honest. I think there's a fine line.
What is the
between just knowing your space and blatant disrespect? I'm not a blocker.
Okay, Tayller. I'm glad. Now we get that out of the way. How's that Titan season coming along?
Yeah, well, hey, now it's time for me to get politically correct on everybody. I think, you know what?
Yeah, good idea.
Just take it one at a time.
Time to lock it in. I'm not retired like good old Pat. He can do whatever he wants now.
That's true.
I will say, I think the last couple of weeks we've been trending in the right direction. A couple of weeks ago, going at the bye week, we were definitely stuck with a little fork in the road and had to make a decision. And we're trending towards making that right decision. And so we're going into a very hostile environment. Pat, you know that really well, and really good fans out there that, if anything, know football. I think you can hear a pin drop when the offense is on the field, and it's extremely loud when the defense is on the field. So
that's because they've been.
Andrew's playing as good as ever.
That's because they've been punished by Peyton Manning. Like when Peyton was there, whenever he would put his arms down to be quiet, I honestly believe there's babies in hospitals that would stop crying. The entire city would shut up, Taylor. It was wild.
No doubt. I mean, hey, he's an authoritative figure. There's no doubt about it. I've heard stories. I've definitely heard stories.
So now, Taylor, let's get really into it here. What's next week going to be like with your coach, Michigan Ohio State week? Let's just really zero in on the truly important stuff, Taylor.
I'm fully bought into the Michigan man mentality. I am all in. We're number 4. I'm looking ahead to the playoffs, but I'm reining it in for one more game. Rich, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even know who we're playing this week. Don't know.
It's Indiana. Indiana.
Okay, well that's great. Hoosiers, that's unbelievable. I love it to death. I cannot wait to play Ohio State. I'm gonna pay his secretary. His name's Stretch. He hates being called a secretary. I'm gonna pay him to just have the Michigan fight song playing throughout the hallways the entire week.
This Michigan cult is wild. The Big Ten creates a lot of cults. It's insane. I've never seen anything like it.
Come on,
you
man.
Michigan people are all in on Michigan.
Strong words, Pat. Strong words for a best friend to say to another best friend. Strong words.
I'm sorry, Taylor.
So you're going to go that way? Because, again, I'm trying not to get ahead of myself here, Taylor. I mean, this is a big one. You already played the fight song in practice, right? Didn't you? You snuck that one in there during training camp, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I hit him with the fight song. And, I mean, Vrabel's already got it. He's got a very, very short – he's very short. If he can go off like that.
Oh.
And when that fight song started going, he started screaming and yelling. And so I think we'll definitely – he and I'll butt heads a little bit next week. But, I mean, anything – and I'll say it a lot – anything that man would like to bet. Within reason, under the $250 minimum that the NFLPA restricts us to. Of course. But anything he wants to do. If he wants to wear jerseys – and sing fight songs, anything he wants, I am willing to do with that man. I'm willing to bet it. I'm willing to bet the house. I believe in the blue. A couple of years ago, I wouldn't have been so on the boat.
Makes sense,
but
by the way.
This year, fair weather as it gets right now, man, I am on the train.
As you should be. Shea seems to be a really dominant human over there. Harbaugh seems to be getting a hold of it. Let's talk about Vrabel for a second.
Talk to me.
He'll pay you $250, the most you can gamble in an NFL locker room at any given time that has ever happened in the history of NFL locker rooms.
Right.
You guys can gamble that. What is he like as a coach? Because it seems as if he's got the boxing gloves on in practice. After the games, you guys are punching each other. Seems like he's just like an OG player who he has the final say in things, but the locker room respects the hell out of him. Am I right there?
I mean, you nailed it. I don't really need to say anything else. He's what we refer to in the locker room as he's a boy. Like, he gets it.
Yep.
He's for the boys. He's got that attitude where it can be, if you're a little sensitive, you can take it the wrong way. But he always rallies around with a little humor on the side too. And I got to be honest, the way he's kind of elevated us all playing, he'll call anybody out. It'll be Marcus who wouldn't say anything to anybody, or it could be me who's as loudmouth as possible. He'll torch us all if we need it. And so he keeps us humble, and we're definitely happy to have him as a coach. All
right, Taylor. Well, look, when you go to Indianapolis and you look up in the crowd because everybody's got a jersey there, count up the McAfee numbers, okay? And report back how many.
It's an obnoxious amount, by the way.
Is that right?
Yeah, they're grossly overpaying for a jersey that went out of. I mean, the one looks good, but they're expensive jerseys. People should not be spending money on them.
Let me tell you one little McAfee thing. I did have the honor, I will say, not the honor, the displeasure. I'm changing the whole thing. The displeasure of playing against him before he retired. And I think it was like at half or something like that. You came out, went to kick off, and you like pooched it up. I don't know what kicker words are, but you put it up in the air, and you guys ended up recovering it.
Yeah.
And the crowd's going crazy. And I look at that over at this Jack Ace wearing a one jersey, and he has literally got his fake pitching wedge out, taking a swing. And I was like, I'm a rookie at the time, and I'm like, this guy, who is this guy? Literally runs out of the tunnel. Specialists never, ever get announced out of the tunnel.
Hey, did you hear that pop, too, when I got introed? There was quite a little pop. I was surprised by it.
I'll be honest with you, but I think it went Andrew Luck, then you. I think you were the last guy to come out. I'm going to be honest. It was impressive. I've never seen a punter who it's up in the air if they have souls or not. Up in the air. I've never seen somebody have so many cheer factor going on. It's really nice to hear.
That means a lot. The people in Indianapolis are great humans. They like my mugshot.
Okay, so this is what needs to happen. Taylor, when you get hooked up with Pat McAfee, Pat, give me Taylor's new number, okay? Just in case he doesn't refollow me on Twitter and I have no way to get in touch with him again.
I am fixing everything. Hey, Puff, I need you to go. I need you to get my phone.
He's got people.
He's our PR guy. I got him on it right now.
Is that what happens when you get wealthy? You just start hiring people to start following and unfollowing?
They don't really do it all the time, but I just start telling people what to do, man. It's crazy.
Taylor, you're the man. Thanks for calling in.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me.
Okay, you got it.
Good luck, man.
Taylor Lewan.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.